In a world constantly changing, where nations rise, fall, and compete for dominance, there's one country that has quietly built something truly remarkable: Malaysia. Often overshadowed by its larger neighbors like China, Singapore, and Indonesia, Malaysia in 2025 has become a symbol of resilience, balance, and intelligent growth. But here's the question: why can't the world replace Malaysia's success? What makes this Southeast Asian gem stand tall, even when global economies are struggling, supply chains are shifting, and nations are still trying to recover from the shocks of the past few years? It's not luck. It's strategy. It's not resources alone. It's leadership, unity, and innovation. From its diverse economy and strong political stability, to a multicultural identity that thrives on harmony and progress, Malaysia has shown that success doesn't always come from size or power, it comes from smart adaptation and cultural strength. In this video, we'll explore the real reasons why the world can't replace Malaysia's unique position in 2025. We'll dive into its booming economy, its peaceful diversity, its tech-driven ambitions, and even the secret cultural values that make Malaysia one of the most successful, underestimated countries on Earth. So sit back, relax, and don't forget to subscribe to Wanderlust Ventures, because what you're about to discover will change the way you see Malaysia, forever. How did Malaysia turn challenges into opportunities? While many countries struggled with economic setbacks after the pandemic, Malaysia turned adversity into advantage. When global supply chains broke down, Malaysia positioned itself as a hub for semiconductor manufacturing, medical technology, and green energy innovation. The government's focus on digital transformation, foreign investment, and infrastructure modernization made Malaysia a magnet for both Asian and Western companies. By 2025, major global players like Tesla, Intel, and Amazon Web Services have expanded operations in Malaysia, thanks to its skilled workforce, political stability, and cost-effective business environment. Malaysia's strategy wasn't to compete directly with giants, it was to create a niche where it leads quietly but powerfully. That's the secret formula the world can't replicate, turning limitations into leverage. Why is Malaysia's multicultural harmony its greatest strength? While many nations face growing division, Malaysia's multicultural unity continues to be one of its strongest pillars. Here, Malays, Chinese, Indians, and indigenous peoples live together, celebrating different religions, languages, and traditions, yet united by a shared sense of nationhood. In 2025, Malaysia stands as a model of coexistence in a time when the world is becoming more divided. Festivals like Hari Raya, Deepavali, Chinese New Year, and Christmas are celebrated nationwide, creating not just tolerance, but genuine appreciation. This cultural blend gives Malaysia an edge. It drives creativity, strengthens tourism, and creates a welcoming identity that the world admires. Many countries try to brand themselves as inclusive, but Malaysia lives it, every day. What makes Malaysia's economy so resilient in 2025? Malaysia's economic strength lies in its diversity. Unlike countries dependent on a single sector, Malaysia has a multidimensional economy. Manufacturing electronics, automotive parts like oil and gas exports, tourism and hospitality, agriculture, palm oil, rubber, cocoa, digital services and fintech. According to 2025 reports, Malaysia's GDP growth remains steady at 4.5 to 5.0%, outperforming many Western economies. Unemployment is low, inflation is stable, and foreign reserves are growing. How does Malaysia balance tradition and modernity? Step into Kuala Lumpur, and you'll see a fascinating contrast. The iconic Petronas Towers rise beside historic mosques and traditional markets. Malaysia's charm lies in its ability to embrace modernity without losing its soul. Unlike many nations that abandon their cultural roots for globalization, Malaysia celebrates both technology and tradition. From AI-driven startups to heritage-rich street food stalls, the country keeps a balance that no one else manages quite like this. This dual identity makes Malaysia not just a successful nation, but a beautiful one. It's where progress and culture dance in harmony. Why is Malaysia a leader in green and sustainable development? The world is racing towards sustainability, and Malaysia is ahead of the curve. In 2025, it has become one of Asia's leaders in green technology and renewable energy. The government's Green Technology Master Plan and the National Energy Transition Roadmap aim for 70% renewable energy use by 2050. Solar farms, hydroelectric projects, and electric mobility solutions are booming across the nation. Meanwhile, cities like Putrajaya and Cyberjaya are models of smart, eco-friendly urban planning. This environmental commitment not only protects Malaysia's natural beauty but also attracts eco-conscious investors and tourists. So when the world talks about sustainability, Malaysia doesn't just join the conversation, it leads it. How did Malaysia become the new education and innovation hub? Did you know Malaysia is now home to some of Asia's fastest-growing universities and tech institutes? In 2025, international students from the Middle East, South Asia, and Africa are flooding into universities like University Malaya, Sunway University, and UTM. Malaysia's education system blends Western academic excellence with Asian affordability and culture, making it a global magnet for knowledge seekers. The country's innovation ecosystem, especially in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and fintech, has created a new wave of entrepreneurs. Startups in Kuala Lumpur and Penang are gaining international attention, and Malaysia's youth are proving that innovation isn't limited to Silicon Valley. That's why the world looks to Malaysia as the future classroom and innovation lab of Asia. What makes Malaysians so proud and grounded? Economic growth is impressive, but what truly defines Malaysia is its people. Malaysians are known for being humble, hardworking, and proud of their identity. No matter where you go, whether it's a small village in Sabah or a city cafe in Johor, you'll find people who speak multiple languages, respect all beliefs, and welcome strangers with a smile. This sense of grounded pride and hospitality has made Malaysia one of the most tourist-friendly countries in Asia. Even after visiting the world, travelers often say, there's nowhere quite like Malaysia. And maybe that's why, the world can't replace what Malaysia naturally has, heart. How does Malaysia continue to inspire other nations? Shooting star. From Africa to Southeast Asia, developing countries now study Malaysia's model, how it rose from a post-colonial state to a modern powerhouse without losing its values. Malaysia proves that you don't need to be a superpower to be successful. You just need balance, vision, and respect for diversity. It has inspired nations in areas like education reforms, economic diversification, religious harmony and tourism, sustainable city design. And even though others try to replicate it, Malaysia's unique blend of humility, innovation, and unity simply can't be duplicated. So, why can't the world replace Malaysia's success? Because Malaysia's success isn't built on trends, it's built on values. It's not about being the richest, the biggest, or the loudest, it's about being stable, smart, and soulful. In 2025, while the world debates who the next superpower will be, Malaysia quietly continues doing what it does best, growing with grace, leading with logic, and uniting with love. This is a nation that proves greatness doesn't always shout, it shines. And maybe that's the real message to the world. You can replace factories, trade routes, and even alliances, but you can't replace a country that's built on unity, intelligence, and integrity. That country is Malaysia, and its success story is one the world will keep admiring for generations to come.